It's all the Bangalore flood also has an implication of the climate change possibly. Now, what happens is that there should be some room for rivers to flow. What we are doing is that we are constructing buildings within the water course. So, what has happened in Kerala, if you ask me, people have started encroaching into the river course. And there is no place for water to flow. So, water has no other way but to flood. So, there has been considerable encroachment. You remember that in Cochin, Supreme Court asked them to uh, bring down two buildings, tall buildings, and it was destroyed overnight. It is because they had encroached into the wetland, the Cochin backwaters. So, these things people will have to be made aware, and their lives are lost because they are encroaching and then having their houses in the river course. If it is little far off, the life will not be endangered. This is something which you'll have to think of.
நமக்கு தெரிந்திருக்கிறபடி நிலத்தை ஆக்கிரமித்தல் அத்துமீறி நிலத்தில
and water, this thing, monsoon rains and all about it. Has this summit discussed about anything, the linking of rivers?
What is that?
Linking of rivers. Interlinking of rivers. Because there will be a shortage in different states.
You know, if there is a shortage of water, let us take water as Panditji.
Yeah.
Why don't you answer that?
Well, as far as have been in place, and there have been efforts to implement those schemes. However, there are differences in perceptions as far as the water availability are concerned, and also as far as the construction of various reservoirs and various canal networks required to conduct those waters are concerned. And because of that, the implementation has been going rather slow. Even then, the first interlinking scheme, that is the Ken-Betwa interlinking scheme, has already been taken up, and that will be constructed in some time.
Which one?
Ken-Betwa.
And the linking of rivers.
Yeah.
You said about the study. What is the status of the study of linking of all the rivers in the country?
Well, actually, there are these studies have been already there as far as the major rivers have been concerned, and it is not necessary to link all the rivers in the country, but the major interbasin transfer routes have been already identified, and they have been studied in quite some detail. But now the stage has come when we will have to prepare the detailed project reports, which will require proper surveys, investigations, and also the estimation and clearances from the environmental angle. So those works are still to be taken up.
Yeah, but many states are objecting for this linking of rivers, either to Karnataka and Tamil Nadu and Kaveri linking of this river.
Yeah, that is the constraint that we are facing, because primarily the water being a state subject, and also the land also being within the jurisdiction of the states, the implementation of this has to come on a consensual basis. So Supreme Court had already recommended a committee to achieve this consensus. That committee, special committee, keeps on meeting regularly, and also the efforts are on to generate this consensus.
Is there any specific time bound had been fixed for this to?
It is very difficult to fix a time, because the consensus requirements are very large. There is also requirements of international consensus, especially Nepal and Bangladesh, and for that the works are going on, but still it will take a long time.
Money is also a constraint.
Money is also a constraint.
Money is a constraint.
And this,
We
especially
have to
the
appreciate
political
that.
and social consensus is something which is very critical.
Now you're in the body. When you hope it may happen, long time in either 10 years. Or
I mean,
15 years,
as an individual, I cannot really give you any timeline.
approximate.
I mean, see, for an example, in China, the interbasin water transfer took almost 50 years to discuss. Similarly, in case of the Murray-Darling Basin in Australia, the consensus about the sharing of the waters and management of the waters in Murray-Darling also took something like 70 years. So these are all slow-moving problems, and societies respond rather slowly on this.
Yeah, do you think climate change is more dangerous or change of governments are more dangerous?
Well, in the long run, the climate change will definitely shape our social and our political scenario as well. So we should be as scientists, we should be basically worried about the climate change, because that is going to have a fundamental effect on how the society will behave and how the society will respond.
You know, the World Bank was saying that much, mainly involved in dried land crops, will have to slowly move to some other lucrative activities. They may not be able to stick on to agriculture, because this is a fact. This with regard to their study in Andhra Pradesh. Now you want to hear something about the water management in the United States? Dr. V.P. Singh from, you want to hear something about the water management in the United States in the vis-a-vis that of India?
You can ask any questions. And I can
Yeah. You have any question on that?
Thank you, sir.
Yeah. Good, good.